And a pleasant good evening, ladies and gentlemen, from the Newman Flanagan Center on the campus of Briar Cliff University. It's Charger basketball on the Chargers Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. I'm Justin Barker, glad to have you as we tip off the 2019-2020 Briar Cliff basketball campaign. And although seasons change, some faces change, the expectations for Mark Sfigera and his group pretty much stay the same. Get to that 20-win platform. Compete for the GPAC championship, make it to the national tournament, make a deep run into the weekend at the national tournament. Those things aren't going to change for Coach Sfigera and company as he puts his team on the hardwood for this campaign. Some preseason stuff of note that came out. Briar Cliff picked to finish 5th in the Great Plains Athletic Conference behind Morningside, Dakota Wesleyan, Jamestown, and Dordt. All of those solid programs as we've seen for the last couple of seasons. Morningside, the preseason ranked number 4 team. Briar Cliff is receiving votes just outside the top 25 for this installment of Charger basketball, so they'll look to get off on solid ground here tonight against Graceland University, an NAIA Division I school out of the Heart of America Athletic Conference. They do have one game under their belt. That was at Lincoln College out of Illinois, an NAIA Division II independent school in which they fell 75-68, so another long road test for the first time this season for Graceland. And for the Chargers, they start the season at home before becoming road warriors over the next couple of weeks, including a tournament down in Omaha this weekend that we'll talk about as the night goes on. Couple of starters gone, couple of starters return for this Briar Cliff University team. And for the Chargers, a couple of the names that you're going to hear early, often, and throughout the season are some of the guys that helped them sustain the success that they've had over the last couple of seasons, including Ethan Friedel and Jackson Lamb. Jaden Klein-Hesselink returns after a solid freshman season, one that you could easily see he was improving with every minute on the floor. Big Austin Roteman steps into the starting lineup, and Andy Gielen will bring his senior leadership into the starting lineup as well. So a lot to look forward to here for Coach Sfigera's club. And a couple of very familiar faces have joined the bench for Coach Sfigera this year, including new lead assistant coach Brian Forbes, who takes over for Jake Shipley. Also on the bench, one of a guy that we all absolutely loved watching here as a Briar Cliff University Charger, and that's Eric Erdman. He's the graduate assistant here for BCU. He'll join Ron Schultz, who's in his 38th season. If it's been done, if it's been seen, if it's been had here for Briar Cliff University men's basketball, Coach Schultz has been there, and Austin Leffler in his second season on the bench for Coach Mark Sfigera. As we head into tip-off time to take a look at the starting lineup for your Briar Cliff University Chargers. Andy Gielen wears number 1. He's a 6'5 senior from Ruthven, Iowa. Number 10 is Jaden Klein-Hesselink, a 6'2 sophomore from Sheldon. Ethan Friedel sports number 22, a 6-foot-tall junior from T, South Dakota. Jackson Lamb, one of the best this program has ever seen when it comes to three-point shooters. He's up to number 3 on the all-time list with 265. Jackson Lamb, a 6'4 senior from Greenfield, Iowa. Number 25 is Big Austin Roteman, a 6'8 junior from Pocahontas, Iowa. Coach Sfigera in his 3rd season here is the head man at Briar Cliff University. For Graceland, they are coached by Corey Hoff, and their starting lineup looks this way. Justin Pearson wears number 0. He's a 5'11 junior guard out of Flint, Michigan. Nick Coleman wears number 3. Coleman is a 6'1 junior guard from Kansas City, Missouri. Manze Nojoku Ibe is a 6'9 senior forward out of Nigeria. He wears number 5. Number 10 is Ramon Franklin, a 6'4 wing player from Ventura, California. And Virgil Walker Jr. put up a double-double in the last game, 23 points and 11 rebounds for Graceland. He's a 6'6 junior from Midland, Michigan. We'll take a timeout for the national anthem here inside the Newman Flanagan Center, and we'll be right back. And welcome back to the Newman Flanagan Center here on the campus of Briar Cliff University. Again, I'm Justin Barker. Glad to have you for Briar Cliff Charger Hoops. As we get ready to tip off this 2019-2020 campaign, the Chargers wear their home whites with the Cliff written across the front in white but outlined in blue. They've got their royal blue numerals and gold trim. For Graceland University, they go with dark blue, top to bottom, Graceland written across the front in gold, trimmed out in white. Solid unis for Graceland University as well, the Yellow Jackets. And to put a comparison out there for you, the Yellow Jackets wearing the same colors as Georgia Tech to kind of put it in perspective, but you can see that on your screen as you watch this game on BCUchargers.com. Keep in mind, we've got the chat link open for you, so you can chat with us all night long. Let us know who you're rooting for and who you'll be watching throughout this Charger campaign as we get the season rolling. Like we said, Briar Cliff receiving votes in the initial top 25. Graceland is 0-1 on the season, but it's time for basketball here at the Newman Flanagan Center as both teams will head into their final huddle. Briar Cliff would like to recognize CNOS and the CNOS Foundation as our sports medicine provider. The Briar Cliff athletic training staff consists of Seth and Kelsey and Jess, and they all do a fantastic job, and we hope that we can just keep them bored all night. Just watch the game. That would be fantastic. Coach Huff making his final adjustments. Coach Sfigera has his team around the huddle as well. Again, it'll be Geelan and Klein Hesselink, Friedel, Lamb, and Rotman. For the Briar Cliff Chargers, it's Person, Coleman, Ojoku Ibe, Franklin, and Virgil Walker Jr. Walker Jr. had 23 points and 11 rebounds in the opener. Last season, Graceland was 16 and 15 overall. They ended their campaign in the Heart of America tournament. Briar Cliff comes off a 22 and 9 campaign. They were 14 and 6 in Great Plains Athletic Conference play. Chargers will go from right to left here in the first half of action, as a pretty nice crowd heading up to the Flanagan Center tonight for the opener. Time for basketball here on the Charger Sports Network at BCUchargers.com. Rotman in the center circle. Nojoku Ibe will jump it for Graceland. Mr. Referee about set to put the ball in the air. The season is underway. Rotman will tip it into the backcourt for Klein Hesselink. He'll enter into the front and hand it to Ethan Friedel at the top of the key, over to Rotman, just outside the elbow. Rotman will turn. He looks inside, nothing doing. They try to feed it into Lamb, but he's fouled from behind. Foul will come to Ramon Franklin. It'll be his first and the team's first. So we'll slow things down here with 20 seconds on the Charger shot clock and 11 gone. 19:49 to play here in our first half. Lamb inbounds. Friedel thought about a three. He'll look it away and take the dribble. Geelan hands it off. Top of the key to Klein Hesselink. Into the near corner. Geelan back to Klein Hesselink. Over to Friedel looking for an opening to shoot. He'll penetrate. He'll leave it off for Geelan. Geelan into the corner. Klein Hesselink with a shot fake. Got his man up off the floor, but nothing doing. Rotman for three. No good. Geelan powers for an offensive rebound inside. Out top. Jackson Lamb for three. In and out. No good. Nojoku Ibe with a rebound, and Graceland will have the first opportunity. 4 points as Justin Pearson steps just across the center circle and into the offensive zone for the Yellow Jackets. Coleman holds in the corner up top, and a travel against Ramon Franklin. He skipped into his shot, and the first turnover of the game will give it back to Briar Cliff. So 19-10 to go, just underway here early on at the Newman Flanagan Center. Friedel to Rotman up top. Back to Ethan Friedel. He's got an opening for three, and it's good. Ethan Friedel starts the season with a three for BCU, and you can expect a lot of that throughout this campaign for your Briar Cliff Chargers. There's no doubt about that. Friedel looks to shoot early, often, and a lot. He'll do it, and he'll do it well. Walker Jr. stops and pops just inside the top of the key and scores. 3-2, Briar Cliff. Minute and a half gone, both teams kind of shaking loose some cobwebs, although, like we said, Graceland did play a game already. Jackson Lamb for three. So back-to-back threes for the Chargers. Coach Sfigera pretty happy about that as he stalks the sideline. Up top, Coleman wants a three for the answer. No good. Geelan clears the rebound and has Jackson Lamb on the near side with open space. He'll cross the court to Geelan, who hands to Klein Hesselink. Back to Geelan in the corner. One dribble and back to Klein Hesselink. Up top for Friedel. He takes a few dribbles. He wants another three. It's no good off the left side of the rim as Franklin skies for the rebound and outlets to Justin Person. Person for three, no good, off the mark. An offensive rebound and put back up and in for Nojoku Ibe. Clyde Hesselink quickly into the offensive zone. The Chargers don't stand still. They like to run and gun. That's no secret under Svagera as Rotman drives to the dish, and he'll be fouled by Nojoku Ibe. That'll be his first and the team's second, but that will put Austin Rotman on the free throw line. So the second foul in the early going. Free throw is good for Austin Rotman. 7-4 is your score. Rotman readies for his second free throw, and it's up and through. So Austin Rotman in the book. See just how deep Coach Figueroa is going to go early on with his bench this year. Clyde Hesselink cuts it off, baseline. Out top, Person for three, in and out. No good, falls off the front of the rim. Clyde Hesselink with a rebound. He'll turn and go. He's clearly added some muscle to his frame since last season. Friedel drives, and they're going to call a charge to Ethan Friedel. His first, team's first. So to go over to Graceland. With 17:20 to play here in the first half. As Coach Figueroa points down his bench. Sammy Green saw a lot of action last year. Three-pointer left open, no good for Franklin. Rebounded by Ethan Friedel. Friedel will turn it up for Briar Cliff, crossing the half-court stripe. Lamb has it, dribbling into the right corner. Lamb stops, pops for three. It's no good. Rotman tries for the rebound in heavy traffic. Nojoku Ibe will save it in, and Graceland will have it into the hands of Walker Jr. He'll stop, he'll pop, he'll shoot, and he'll score. Virgil Walker Jr. Like we said, he's coming off a 23-point and 11 rebound night. 8-6. Chargers have the lead. Bounce to Rotman up top. He'll turn and face the hoop. Left side of the circle. Lamb looks at the cutter. It's Friedel. Finds him. Friedel. Shot is off the mark. Drew in a lot of contact, but no foul against Nick Coleman. Coleman kind of held his ground there. So it'll be Sammy Green into the Charger lineup, the 6-foot sophomore. Definitely a different look than last year with the beard and the long hair. Fadeaway jumper, far side, good for Nick Coleman on the baseline. That'll tie it at 8. Green will work the near side of the floor. He as well showed a ton of improvement last season during his freshman year. Just got more and more confident in his game at the GPAC level here in college basketball. Rotman wants to back it as defender, does so with a soft left hook. Hung on the rim for his second, no good. Now poked out of bounds by Austin Rotman. Ball will go to Graceland. So Gielan takes a breather in favor of Sammy Green. Got 3 freshmen on the early roster. We'll see how youth will be served. We have some issues here, and I think I might speculate as to what it is. And it's going to be a technical foul assessed against Briar Cliff. And I have a feeling it's because Green, Sammy Green, is not, I don't know, he's not on the roster. And I wonder if that's the situation as Coleman hits the free throw, because they were looking at the game notes and the roster that I've got as well. Green isn't on it, but he is on the official roster that was given out by the Sports Information Department. So I don't know. That could be it, but I'm not sure. Graceland basketball, 9-8. Yellow Jackets have the lead with Franklin up top. His pass is batted down in the air, caught by Orlando Gonzalez to Coleman, who traveled. Nick Coleman with the turnover in the paint. And with 15:32 to go here in the first half, It's Charger basketball. Friedel has it up top, wanted a three. He was guarded nicely by Orlando Gonzalez. Big body, 6'6" sophomore out of St. Cloud, Florida. Ball loose on the deck, picked up on the far side by Person for Graceland. He'll dribble top side. Chest pass over to Nick Coleman, who takes a few dribbles, left off for Franklin. Down to 15 on the Graceland shot clock. Walker Jr. takes a step. Roteman tries to cut him off. He gets around Roteman and scores. Virgil Walker Jr. Long, lengthy 6'6" body and pretty athletic to go along with it. 11-8. Lamb looks left baseline, out to Friedel, back to Lamb underneath. He turns to the hoop, and a very late foul call will come. It is the right foul. Just happened a little late, so Walker Jr. wasn't terribly happy with it, but it is, like we said, the correct call. So Jackson Lamb will go to the free throw line with his team trailing by 3, 11-8, 14:41 to play here in the first half. Lamb's first free throw is no good, off the front of the rim. Of course, graduating from last year's team, Jay Wolf and Eric Erdman. Lamb hits one of two, and a couple of Jay Wolf just put together one of the most fantastic seasons you could ever ask for as a basketball fan. He was terrific in every facet of the game. Down to Gonzalez. He'll turn and shoot and score just outside of the elbow. Orlando Gonzalez makes it 13-9. Long three. No good off the mark from Connor Groves, who just checked in, the freshman out of Sergeant Bluff. Groves finishing a number of trips to the state tournament. Coach Adam Vanderskaff and company for the Sergeant Bluff Luton Warriors. Local product and doing local radio here. It was always very fun to watch Connor, and glad to see that he came here to the Cliff. It'll be a charge against Ramon Franklin. That'll be his second foul. Trying to take the right side of the paint, but a little out of control there, and that'll bring Jordan Oliver off the Graceland bench. Oliver, a 6'4" senior from Rayburn, Georgia. So that'll give the Chargers the basketball, and the fourth team foul whistled against the Yellow Jackets of Graceland. Jackson Lamb for a long three, good! Jackson Lamb has 7, and it's 13-12. Person up top for Coleman. Coleman looks down low to Gonzalez, who lost the basketball. Stolen off the deck by Ethan Friedel. He wants to run with it. Friedel crosses the timeline into the front court. Chris crosses his dribble, and nothing doing out to Green, who was poked at by Justin Person, but Sammy keeps it in. Friedel thought about a long three, won't take it. Friedel drives and banks it in from straight on. Nice play by Ethan Friedel. Friedel with 5. Oliver holds. He'll look down low to big Walker Jr. Virgil Walker with a drop step into the paint. He'll turn around, shoot, and score his 8th basket. Being guarded by Andy Geelan. He's got a little bit of a height advantage there. Not much, but got a long reach like we mentioned earlier. Geelan over to Friedel. Back up top for Andy Geelan. Over to Green. They swing it around. Lamb wants another three, and it's good. Jackson Lamb with his 3rd three-pointer of the game. He's got 10 of the Chargers' 17 points. Briar Cliff back in the lead, 17-15. Person with a couple of dribbles. Oliver calls for it, but they can't get it to him. Person stops, shoots for 3. It's no good. Rebounded nicely by Geelan. He'll turn it outlet to Green, who's quickly to the three-point stripe. Green finds Friedel open in the corner. Friedel's defender overruns him. Friedel shoots no good. Virgil Walker Jr. with a rebound. Now Green steps into the passing lane and intercepts. Green spins out to Lamb for 3. Good, Jackson Lamb. 13 for Jackson. 20-15 Briar Cliff. Fans here enjoying it and get a little louder for their Chargers. Bounce to Walker Jr., top of the key. He'll turn and face the hoop. Again, looking right at Andy Geelan. Over to Person. Person steps back, fires for three, and it's good. Justin Person for three. 20-18, nearing the midway point here in the first half. Green comes to a stop along the volleyball stripe, bouncing it over to Geelan. Geelan to Friedel. Friedel takes one dribble, stops, top of the key, thought about a three, but that door closed. Over to Connor Groves. Groves can dribble, he will, with 14 on the shot clock. Down to 10. Friedel wants a long three, hand in his face, no good. Rebounded by Nick Coleman. Coleman works it up, wants to go all the way to the hoop, gets around Lamb. Nice reverse lay-in, good for Nick Coleman. He's got 5 and a timeout on the floor. Tying it at 20 with 11:18 to play here in the first half. Get you a stat update here in a second. A little bit behind on the live stats, so we'll wait for those to refresh before we give you some stats. But we do know Jackson Lamb has hit 4 threes. He's got 13 out of the Charger 20 points. Virgil Walker Jr. leads Graceland with 8. Ethan Friedel with 5 as well for Briar Cliff. They've got their scoring from Lamb, Friedel, and Roteman so far. So maybe a point of emphasis for Coach Figueres, getting some of the bench players an opportunity to put some points on the board. Those always huge, huge points. For Graceland, like we said, Virgil Walker Jr. leading 5 scorers. So coming out of the timeout, tied at 20. Briar Cliff shooting 40%, 6 of 15, but they've hit 5 of 12 from beyond the arc and 3 of 4 at the free throw line already. Graceland 9 of 14 from the field, shooting 64%, 1 of 6 beyond the arc. They've out-rebounded Briar Cliff 9 to 5 to this point, but the Chargers have already coaxed them into 5 turnovers, which is always a nice recipe for success when Briar Cliff is +3 in the turnover margin, 5 assists to just 2 turnovers. It'll be a foul against Virgil Walker Jr. trying to go around Jackson Lamb and get the steal. So that'll be his second foul. Jordan Oliver back into the Graceland lineup. Austin Roteman back in for Briar Cliff. Connor Groves will inbound along the end line. He lobs it into Sammy Green. Over to Klein Hesselink. Klein Hesselink, top of the key, being guarded by Doc Self, who just checked into the ball game. Self, a 5'10 freshman guard from Gold Canyon, Arizona. I'm going to go ahead and say that he probably thinks it's cold here in Iowa. Green with a long three, no good. Nice block out and rebound inside by Damani Hernandez for Graceland, who just checked in. Orlando Gonzalez has it. He'll put it back up top into the hands of Doc Self. The only reason I mentioned that he probably thinks it's cold is because we think it's cold too. Batted out of bounds by Connor Groves. Thought he had it for his team. Thought it went off a yellow jacket. Because it just seems like it got cold quick. 30 degrees outside. You gotta be kidding. That's basketball season though. Guess we're due. Self has it top of the key. Wants to go on Green. Lost the handle on the way in. Klein Hesselink will run it down to the far corner. He outlets to Green, who works the center of the floor, crossing the BCU logo. Green takes a few steps in. Groves thought about a long three, drives instead. His drive cut off. Klein Hesselink for three, no good. Rebound into the far corner. Lamb tries to run it down. They'll say Jackson touched it last, but Mr. Referee on the near side of the floor overruled by the gentleman on the far side that had a little better look at it. So Briar Cliff will keep it. Good refereeing crew that wants to make sure they make it right. They did. Inbound to Roteman. He'll hand it to Groves. Groves for three. In and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Hernandez for Graceland. They'll slow it up. Coach Corey Hoff will call out the play. Jordan Oliver will step into the center circle. He'll dribble right there and set up the Yellow Jacket offense as they go 4 wide along the end line. Oliver shoots a couple of feet past the free throw line, no good. Rebounded by Jackson Lamb, and the outlet finds Green. Back to Lamb. Lamb wants a three, fires, it's no good off the right side of the hoop. 2 Yellow Jackets run into one another. It's saved into Self, and he'll bring it up. They almost ran out of real estate, but Self has it top of the key, almost doesn't count. Hernandez at the top, still looking. Has to get rid of it. Oliver there to take it. He comes around the wheel, drives, shoots, and scores. And the and one as the foul comes to Austin Roteman. That'll be the team's second. Athletic play, no doubt about it, by Jordan Oliver. Jake Carley into the BCU lineup. A 6-foot sophomore from Trainer, Iowa. Nick Hoyt also in the lineup, 5'11" freshman from Harrisburg, South Dakota. I know Coach Figueroa very high on this freshman class, so he'll call on him right away to do some good as Oliver unable to convert the free throw, so it's 22-20. Roteman cuts, looked to pass it through the lane. He should have taken it himself. He had a great look to the hoop. It's stolen by Graceland and Nick Coleman. Coleman spins into the paint, tries to use the window, no good. Roteman with a rebound. Friedel crosses the court with a pass. Klein Esselink, wide open, uncontested lay, and it's good. Great job of running the floor by Briar Cliff. Exactly what you want to see. Self has it up top. Nick Coleman. Coleman drives. Hoyt cut him off nicely. Goes back to the top of the key. Oliver traveled. Oh, they're going to say he bobbled it. Fadeaway jumper good for Jordan Oliver, his second basket. So Hoyt will run the point. Off the Roteman. Klein Hesselink comes out to get it. He hits Roteman on the pick and roll. Out to Nick Hoyt. Hoyt for three. Yes! Nick Hoyt for three. Welcome to BCU. Love it. He's ready to play defense. Love to see that even more. Great hop in his step. Gonna enjoy watching him, no doubt. Hernandez turnaround jumper, no good. Rebound cleared by Roteman off the Klein Hesselink. Klein Hesselink, quick up into the offensive zone. Defender fell. Friedel has it top of the key. Friedel will drive, gets around. Coleman lays it up and in. Ethan Friedel. He's got 7 in the Chargers. Out to a 27-24 lead. 7:35 to play here in the first half. And a timeout by Coach Hoff and the Yellow Jackets. It'll be a 30-second timeout. Again, if you're watching on YouTube, let us know who you're rooting for and where you're watching, because we love that kind of stuff. We really do. So a couple of freshmen have already seen action. Nick Hoyt, 5'11" freshman from Harrisburg, South Dakota, and Connor Groves, 6'1", out of Sergeant Bluff, Iowa. So those two young men already getting varsity basketball time here in their freshman year, which means expectations pretty darn solid for those two. And they're up to the challenge, no doubt about it. 4 out of the starting 5, make it 3 out of the starting 5 in the lineup right now. Austin Roteman, Jaden Klein Hesselink, and Ethan Friedel. Jackson Lamb taking a rare breather. He won't do that a whole lot. For those of you that maybe are family of the freshman basketball players, you'll see a lot of Jackson Lamb. Klein Hesselink playing solid defense up top. They tried to pick him away, but he came right back. Down to 10 on the shot clock. Oliver drives. Oliver over Roteman. Off balance, off the front of the rim. No good. Poked around and into the stands. It'll stay with Graceland, but great defensive effort by the Chargers. Jake Carley and Nick Hoyt out there as well with the 3 starters. It'll be Jordan Oliver inbounding in front of the Charger bench. He gets it into Doc Self. Self wants to dribble. Can't lose Hoyt. Hoyt coaxes him into a travel, shuffling his feet nicely. Cody Hicks in the BCU lineup. 6'5" freshman from Janesville, Iowa. So let's put another freshman on the floor and let's go. High up there in Del Rapids, South Dakota. Hoyt cut off at the baseline. He'll look up top. He finds Carley. Carley with a beautiful pass inside, and welcome to the scoring column, Cody Hicks. Attaboy. Make your presence felt right away. Love it. 29-24, 6:40 to play in the first half. Chargers have a 5-point lead. Oliver drives baseline. Carly cuts him off beautifully. Oliver, they're going to say Carly was out of bounds on the steal. Thought he had picked his pocket, but, well, he did pick his pocket, just didn't stay in bounds, unfortunately. So the inbound will come to the left side of the Graceland hoop. Doc Self becomes the option as he had to sky over Nick Hoyt to get it. He catches the basketball and dribbles to the right side of the top of the key. They look inside. Nice lob and entry feed to Njoku Ibe, who's got the basket. 29-26. Charger basketball. Klein Hesselink directs a little traffic. Carly has it to Hicks. Stolen away by Hernandez. Hernandez takes the right side, switches the ball over to his left hand, and calmly lays it up and over the front of the rim. 29-28. Hoyt hands it off. Ethan Friedel will dribble, top of the key, being guarded by Justin Person. Friedel continues that drive, sets up Carly for three. Carly won't take it. He'll go with a baseline jumper. Long, rebounded, or pulled out of the air by Hernandez. Self has it near side. Hoyt with a hand in his face. Fed down to Hernandez. He tries to back in Friedel, who puts a little body into it. Hernandez puts it up and scores and draws in the foul. Go to Ethan Friedel. It'll be his second, team's third of the half. Jackson Lamb back into the Charger lineup. So Graceland's Yellow Jackets back in the lead by one. Free throw is off the mark. Friedel has it up top. Say hi to Doc Self's family down in Atlanta, Georgia. Thanks for finding us online as Nick Hoyt buries his second three. But hello to you, Atlanta, Georgia. We want everybody watching and having fun, so thank you for joining us. Ball batted down. Friedel with a steal. He's got a 3-on-2. Friedel in the middle. Friedel will turn. He'll throw it back to Lamb. Hoyt open for another three. Good, Nick Hoyt. Third three-pointer of the first half for the freshman. 35-30. Little mini run here for the Chargers. The drive by Person, a little pass and crash, no foul. As Hernandez buries the three from out beyond the arc. 35-33, a good answer by the Yellow Jackets. Hoyt will run the offense. He bounces to the elbow for Hicks. Hicks takes one dribble and hands to Jaden Klein Hesselink. Klein Hesselink cuts through traffic in the paint. Out to Lamb for three. Good. Jackson Lamb, his fifth three-pointer of the first half. He's got 16. It's 38-33. 4 minutes, 10 seconds to play here in the first half at the Newman Flanagan Center in Sioux City, Iowa. It's Graceland and Briar Cliff. Chargers home opener and season opener as Justin Person dribbles. He bounces it down to Njoku Ibe. Out top, Hernandez wants another high arcing three. No good, but an offensive rebound by Franklin. Franklin with the dribble and the putback. Good. Ramon Franklin. Good work on the offensive window. 38-35. Lamb drops it off to Klein Hesselink. He comes to a stop at the top of the key. Lamb will take it. Coming off a screen. Lamb cuts through. Nice give and go to Hicks, but he's blocked beautifully by Hernandez. Outlet finds Person over to Doc Self. Self baseline jumper. Good. Doc Self with his first basket of the game. 38-37. Friedel and the Chargers on the attack. To Lamb at the right elbow. Bounces beautifully through traffic to Friedel, who garners the contact and the foul. So Ethan Friedel will go to the free throw line. That'll go to Justin Person, his first, team's sixth. 3 Chargers, 2 Jackets set to sub in here after this Friedel free throw. The first one is good. Ropeman, Groves, and Sammy Green will check in a minute. Nick Hoyt and Cody Hicks out with a nice high five from Coach Figuera, both well earned.
39-37. 3:14 to play here in the first half. Rydell's second free throw is good. So now Sammy Green will check into the Briar Cliff lineup. So it'll be Green and Groves, Lamb, Klein Hesselink, and Austin Ropeman. Graceland will counter with Self, Franklin, Hernandez, Orlando Gonzalez as well, and Nick Coleman. Orlando Gonzalez looked to set a screen. Coleman cuts through traffic. Self open for three up top, in and out, no good. Rebound poked around. Lamb will come out with it. Lamb comes to a stop, floats it over to Sammy Green. Almost ran over the defender. Good job of putting on the brakes. They call it travel against Jackson Lamb. Got a couple of messages from Orlando Gonzalez fans. Awesome. Hello to you. Down in Florida, maybe. He's from St. Cloud, Florida, so I'm going to go with Florida. If I'm wrong, correct me, because I'd love to tell you hi from wherever you're listening. If it's Florida, hello from sunny Florida. Nice move and a drop step by Gonzalez. Left a little short off the front of the rim. Rebounded and thrown away by the Chargers, but stolen right back by Klein Hesselink. Klein Hesselink to Lamb. Lamb drives left baseline. Blocked from behind by Gonzalez, but Lamb gets it back and puts it up and in for his first two-point basket of the evening. Yes, from St. Cloud, Florida. Orlando and Joshua Gonzalez. The brothers on the team. One's a freshman, one's a sophomore. How cool. Get to play together. That's good stuff right there. Coleman up top has a wide open shooter underneath. It's Damini Hernandez, and that's good for a bucket. Timeout on the floor as it's 42-39 with 98 seconds left here in the first half. We'll update some stats for you here in just a sec. Chargers shooting 48% on 14 of 29. They're 9 of 20 at the beyond the arc and 5 of 6 at the free throw line. Graceland's Yellow Jackets 17 of 29 for 59%. They're 2 of 9 beyond the arc and 1 of 3 at the free throw line. Graceland has the rebounding advantage, 16-13. 11 assists, 6 turnovers for Briar Cliff, 6 assists, 8 turnovers for the Yellow Jackets. Lamb leads the way with 18. Virgil Walker Jr. in double figures as well. He's got 10 jacket points. He's hit all 5 of his shots. Back in action with Sammy Green. Briar Cliff ladies won last night, defeating Dakota State. We'll talk about that a little bit at halftime. Lamb looks left baseline, draws in the defense. Green to Connor Groves, open for three, good. Very nice ball movement by the Chargers. And Connor Groves for three. 45-39, Self with a bounce pass. Hernandez gathers just inside the three-point line over to Oliver. Oliver drives, he'll put up a floater, falls over the front of the rim and bounces in for Jordan Oliver. He's got 6. 45-41, under a minute to go here in the first half. Klein Hesselink bounces to Roman and gives it right back. Klein Hesselink lost it on the way in, tried to pull it back into his body, but lost it out of bounds. So the turnover will go to the Yellow Jackets with 49 seconds left in the half. Self comes sprinting up the floor, leaves it off for Oliver in the corner for three. Jordan Oliver. 9 for Oliver, and it's 45-44. Jacket defenders pumped. Klein Hesselink comes around the top. He'll find Groves. Groves starts a drive. He swatted at, turns around, shooting from the elbow. Fadeaway jumper good for Connor Groves. Groves with 5 off the Charger bench. 47-44. Shot clock is off for the Yellow Jackets. They can be patient if they choose, but both of these teams don't like to be all that patient offensively. They want to get to the bucket. Self starts a dribble. He'll stop just outside the elbow, floats up a shot and scores. Doc Self with 4. That'll be the end of the first half here at the Newman Flanagan Center. Briar Cliff 47 and Graceland 46. Both teams firing away here in the first half and putting up some nice offensive stats. Both teams shooting over 50%. Both teams doing a lot of things incredibly well. So we'll take a few seconds here. We'll gather up the stats, and we'll come back to the Newman Flanagan Center in just a minute. Here on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com, your connection to the action with links to live audio, video, and stats. A big thanks to our Charger Sports Network sponsors, including Heartland Chiropractic, Townhouse Pizza and Lounge, Sport Clips, Bob Rose Point After, Bob Rose North End Zone, and West Side Pizza. Thank you to all of our supporters here helping us out on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. We'll be right back to the Newman Flanagan Center. Your halftime score, Briar Cliff 47, Graceland 46. This is the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. Halftime here at the Newman Flanagan Center on the campus of Briar Cliff University, and a very good, entertaining first half. 47-46 is your score as we run down some first half stats for you. Jackson Lamb leads the way with 18 points on 5 3-pointers for Briar Cliff. Nick Hoyt, the freshman, 3 threes. He's got 9. Ethan Friedel with 9. Connor Groves has 5. Jaden Klein Esselink, Cody Hicks, and Austin Ropeman each with 2. The Chargers shooting well, 16 of 32, right at 50%. They've hit 10 of 22 beyond the arc and 5 of 6 at the free throw line. For the Yellow Jackets of Graceland, they're being led by Virgil Walker Jr. He's got 10, but right there with him, Jordan Oliver with 9. Damani Hernandez with 9. Then they've got scoring action from a lot of different guys that are pitching in. Gotta love that. Justin Person with 3. Nick Coleman with 3. Actually, Doc Self and Amanse Nojokuibe. They both have 4 each. Then 3 for Pearson, 3 for Coleman. 2 each for Ramon Franklin and Orlando Gonzalez. Graceland shooting lights out. 21 of 33. That's good for 64%. They're 3 of 10 beyond the arc and 1 of 3 at the free throw line. 16 rebounds for Graceland, 12 for Briar Cliff. 12 assists, 7 turnovers for BCU, 8 assists, 9 turnovers for Graceland. Bench scoring for Graceland. They have the advantage, 24-16. Points in the paint, 28-12, the Yellow Jackets. Second chance points, 4-0 for Graceland, and points off of turnover, 16-7 for Briar Cliff. Women's basketball team won last night for the Chargers. They went up and faced Dakota State. Coach Power in the crowd as to see him just ingesting basketball. That's what he does this time of the year, but his team was a winner. They start the season 1-0 and an excellent weekend of women's basketball coming up. Briar Cliff was an 85-73 winner last night over Dakota State and open up the season on the road and go get a victory. Always impressive, and that's how you want to start the campaign, no doubt about that. So they get it done. They were led last night. Let's see, they had 18 from Melissa Carley. Madeline Deitzler had 18. Connor Sudman had 16, and Jaden Businger had 10. Sarah Dreckman almost in double figures with 9. So the Chargers go to 1-0 with that 85-73 victory, and they will welcome in Olivet Nazarene and St. Xavier this weekend. They'll host those two along with the Morningside College Mustangs. And the Chargers will play Olivet and St. Xavier. Morningside will play the opposite on Friday and Saturday. Also here on the Charger Sports Network, we'll have football for you on Saturday. The 5th-ranked Northwestern Red Raiders in town. And we'll have that for you here on the Charger Sports Network. Soccer going on as well. The soccer guys paying attention to Hastings and Morningside. Morningside leading 3-1. I got the whole rundown. All I'm going to say is this. Briar Cliff's going to keep winning, and we'll be happy. It'll all work its way out, right, guys? All right. So we'll root on the Charger men's soccer team, the women's soccer team, and get up and watch them. You got senior day tomorrow, right, guys? Who you played? Mount Marty. I see it's a trap up here. But make your way up to campus and root on the seniors tomorrow as they try to take down Mount Marty. Here, like I said, on campus. So a lot going on at this time of the year with football, with basketball, with soccer, with track or cross country, volleyball, all that cool stuff. The NAI National Volleyball Tournament will return to Siouxland here in about a month or so as well. So just a great time to be a sports fan. The World Series is going on. Game 6 tonight in Houston. We'll update that for you. But I want to say hi to John Conyers. How you doing, man? Good to have you. He says, Mr. Erdman looks way better in a suit than in a jersey. Boy, I don't know. He was so fun to watch, Jonathan. Man, he was fun to watch. And you had a front row seat, too. So you know what I'm saying here. Got Jackson Lamb's family checking in. Aunt Les and Uncle Bobby. Awesome. And like I said, Doc Self's family. The Gonzalez family rooting on Orlando and Joshua from St. Cloud, Florida. So hello, everybody online. Glad to have you. appreciate you commenting on YouTube. Keep it up. Like I said, love to hear where you're listening and following along and who you're rooting for. Just makes my job even more fun. So appreciate the heck out of that. 47-46 here at halftime. The World Series going on as well. Game 6, like we said, down in Houston. Justin Verlander going for the Astros. I know the Nationals got a early run on him, but honestly, with as fun as this game is, I haven't even thought about the World Series. So we'll check in on that score for you. 2-1 Astros, end of the second inning. The Astros, of course, can win the World Series tonight with a victory. Max Scherzer is cleared. He'll start Game 7 tomorrow night in Houston if his Nationals teammates can get him there. But 2-1 after 2 down in Houston. So awesome stuff as we get ready to start the second half here on the Charger Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. Briar Cliff and the Charger Foundation would like to thank some following businesses for their support of Charger athletics, including Hy-Vee, the CNOS Foundation, Heartland Chiropractic Associates, Great Southern Bank, One-Eyed Jacks, and Wall of Fame Creative Embroidery. Thank you, folks, for your ongoing commitment to Charger athletics and Briar Cliff University. The Yellow Jackets will get the ball first. They trail by a point, 47-46. 20 minutes on the clock, and let's go. Second half action here at bcuchargers.com. Jackets go with Ramon Franklin. Their starters, down to Virgil Walker Jr. Drop step, he'll turn, tries to make it in over Ropeman, no good. Andy Geelan with the Briar Cliff rebound. Klein Hesselink out quick with it. He'll slash down the paint, stops at the low block, turns around, fades away and shoots no good. Virgil Walker Jr. with a rebound. Graceland basketball, Person has it up top. Cheering on Damani Hernandez. Keep playing Texas big. All right. Pass that along. He played a good first half with 9 points. Yellow Jackets come up empty. Lamb out to Geelan. Geelan left wide open for 3. He'll fire. It's no good. Rebound pulled in by Nick Coleman. Outlet to Justin Person. So whether you're a Charger, whether you're a Yellow Jacket, thank you for making our evening so much fun. Virgil Walker Jr. passes. Person looks down low. He's got Njoku Ibe who turns, shoots, and scores and banks it in for his 6th point of the evening. 48-47, the teeter-totter back in favor of the Yellow Jackets. Ropeman, top of the key, looks away and open 3. He'll shoot it from time to time. Lamb will shoot it from anywhere, but he's covered up by Coleman. Or make that Franklin, sorry. Down to Ropeman, trying to back his way in. Ropeman will be fouled by Njoku Ibe, his second. Team's first of the second half. Inbounded to Lamb in the far corner in front of that student section. Franklin goes for the steal, but Lamb retreats into the backcourt to get it, and Franklin almost stole it again. So Lamb will re-inbound to Jaden Klein-Hesselink. He'll work it up and run the point for Briar Cliff. Ropeman set for a screen. He sets it. Klein-Hesselink for 3 off the screen. No good. Right side of the rim. Controlled by Justin Person. Person ahead to Coleman. Coleman drives the paint. Beautiful dump off to Njoku Ibe with a two-handed slam and an exclamation point. 3-point lead for the Yellow Jackets. 2 minutes gone here in the second half. Ropeman at the high post. Looks off Lamb cutting. Friedel open for 3. Beautiful rotation on the basketball and a swish for Ethan Friedel. The second Charger in double figures. He's got 12. Coleman wanted to answer quickly as he's fouled on his way in. Both of these teams just do not allow the defense to get set. They go immediately. Klein-Hesselink with his first. They want to go. They want to get you on the run and on your heels. Free throw is good for Nick Coleman. He's got 4. Coach Hoff's mom and dad, Tracy and Bonnie from Deckerville, Michigan. Well, hello to both of you. Hope you're enjoying it tonight. Second free throw off the mark, 51-50. Rebounded by Green and the Chargers. Green up top. He'll go right down the middle of the paint. Roteman out in the corner to Klein Hesselink, who lost the handle on the way in. Njoku Ibe will get credited with the steal. Right place at the right time, and he gathered it right in. Coleman down to Virgil Walker Jr. Guarded by Friedel. They go across the court. Franklin looks off a three, drives baseline into Njoku Ibe. No good. Rebounded and cleared by the Chargers. Green with the dribble. He'll leave it off for Lamb. Lamb with a long three, in and out, no good. Njoku Ibe with a rebound. Coach Hoff says, slow down. Let's run a play here. Jackets listen to their coach and run through the offense. Coleman to Walker Jr. Walker Jr. drives, comes to a jump stop, shoots, no good. Green had the rebound, but it was knocked out of his hands by Njoku Ibe, and now I believe they're going to call Sammy Green on a foul. They will. His first and the team's second. 51-50 with 16:45 to play. Inbounded by the Yellow Jackets. Quick bounce pass to Walker Jr. to Person. Person looked away the three in the near corner as he dribbles back towards the top. Down to Virgil Walker Jr. He turns and faces the hoop. Takes two dribbles to the left. Gets around Roteman and lays it up and in. Nice move by Virgil Walker Jr. 53-50. 16:20 to play in the ball game. Roteman throws into the corner. Lamb open for three. He'll catch and shoot and score from three. Jackson Lamb with 21. We're tied at 53. Lamb with that quick release. He's so good at that, whether shooting standing still or on the run, as Lamb clears the rebound for Briar Cliff. He just sets himself up beautifully to catch and shoot all the time. Green down to Klein Hesselink. To Roteman, and we've got a whistle off the basketball. Foul will go to Justin Person and be his second, team's second of the half. So Briar Cliff will inbound. Hello to the Erdmans over in Forest City. Eric dresses up very nice on the sideline. Friedel for three, good. A little nod to Eric Erdman there from downtown. 56-53. Awesome to see players that go through the program that want to give back like Eric Erdman this year. He did it at the end of last season. You could tell that coaching is definitely in that young man's future because he was an unbelievable leader after his injury. And boy, if you want a senior captain to lead by example, he did that. Now doing it on the bench. Person drives, baseline jumper, good. Timeout on the floor. No, a whistle. We got a foul. Basket's good and a foul to Virgil Walker Jr. His third. He and Austin Roteman were jockeying for position. So it's 56-55. Hernandez back in the ball game. For the Yellow Jackets, as Green begins the offense. Friedel spots for three. No good off the front of the rim. Hernandez will sky for the rebound. Coleman drives, stops as he slashes through the paint and shoots. No good. It's off the mark, but a shooting foul for him. So Jaden Klein Hesselink will pick up his second. Nick Coleman will go to the free throw line. Third foul by the Chargers here in the second half with just a stitch under 5 minutes gone. Free throw is good for Coleman. He's got 5. Andy Gielen and Connor Groves into the Charger lineup for Roteman and Klein Hesselink. 56-56 is how the scoreboard reads. Free throw no good and off the mark. Rebounded by the Chargers. Gielen will turn. He's got a cutting Friedel on the baseline. Friedel lays it up and in from the left side with his right hand. Friedel, excuse me, has 17 points. 58-56 BCU. home opener for the Cliff. The women will have their home opener coming up on Friday night. Three-pointer off the mark from Justin Person. Rebounded by Geelan as Sammy Green hustles up the floor. Green passes the free throw line to the hole, blocked from behind by Gonzalez. It goes out of bounds. Chargers keep it. The 6'6" sophomore just slid around and blocked it from behind. Did it very cleanly and out of bounds. Groves will inbound. Connor with a bounce pass to Ethan Friedel. Friedel stops, three-pointers. He squares his shoulders, no good, high off the back of the rim. It'll go out of bounds. They say last touch by Andy Geelan. Had two Yellow Jackets in the neighborhood as well. Doc Self into the ball game for Graceland. 2-point Charger lead. Remember to like Briar Cliff Athletics on Facebook. It's the easiest way to ensure you receive all the latest Briar Cliff Athletic news, and you'll get it right on your news feed. Join the battle. Search for BCU Athletics or Briar Cliff Athletics. That's where you'll find the Chargers on Facebook. Self spins around and fires into the far corner. Stand-up jumper for Orlando Gonzalez. It's good. He's got 4, and we're tied again at 58. Green hustles along the far sideline to Friedel. Friedel cuts through traffic. Kind of an off-balance pass. He was looking inside for Geelan, but it caroms out of bounds, and Graceland will have the basketball. Self quickly into the front court. Not sure he does anything standing still. It's always quick. He's probably got one speed, and it's fast. Franklin feeds down to the baseline. Jumper coming, back-to-back baskets by Orlando Gonzalez. Same slick jumper and a swish both times. 2-point lead for the Jackets. Groves bumped into and fouled by Ramon Franklin. That'll be his third and the team's fourth. So 2 Yellow Jackets with 3 fouls each. Speaking of one, Virgil Walker Jr., he steps back onto the hardwood. Jordan Oliver checks back into the Jackets lineup as well. Green will inbound in front of the Charger bench. Andy Geelan gives it right back to Green, who hands to Friedel. Friedel thought about stepping into a long three, but it won't. Geelan has it up top. He hands it off to Friedel, football style. Friedel wants to drive on Doc Self, puts on the brakes, hits the cutting Jackson Lamb, but it's tipped down and stolen by Nick Coleman. Coleman will zigzag his way through traffic. Self catches up top, well beyond the arc. Walker Jr. has a hand in his face, wants to go left baseline. Double team nicely by Geelan and Green. He throws it up top. Self thought about a three, won't take it. Sets up Coleman for an open three, but we've got a big crash away from the basketball and a foul coming. Foul to Andy Geelan will be his first. Team's fourth. Chargers really trying to combat the big body of Virgil Walker Jr. They're sticking on him, but he's a good physical presence. So 4 fouls each here in the second half. Not shooting yet as Self will inbound to Virgil Walker Jr. Had it poked away by Green. Last touch by Sammy Green. So to go out of bounds, and Doc Self will inbound it again. He will stick back there, and well, he thought about it. He's thinking about it. Now, yes, he will step back there and do it. Inbounded to Coleman. Coleman covered up in the corner. Walker Jr. wants to drive. He goes on Geelan, swatted away by Klein Hesselink. Groves comes out of the pack with the basketball on the right wing. Groves up top for Klein Hesselink, over to Green. Green working the far side of the floor. He'll bounce down to Lamb, posting up Self. Lamb drop step towards the basket, shoots and scores. Jackson Lamb with 23. Nice little post move by Lamb. Tied at 60. Thought we were on a dead sprint to 100 points here tonight, but the teams have settled in defensively. As Oliver drives, his shot is off the mark, rebounded by Lamb. Green thought about a drive with an open lane in front of him, or at least some open hardwood. Cross-court pass, Grove saves it to Klein Hesselink for 3, off the mark, rebounded by Nick Coleman. And a timeout on the floor by Coach Hoff and Graceland. It'll be a full timeout. 60-60, nearing the midway point here of the second half. Got to figure out what duck number I have, so
in the event that I would come anywhere close. Oh, it hit the side of the mat. That's what you got to beat. I hit the side of the mat. Well, you almost hit Kevin, our sports information director. Well, that's not a bad thing either. Thank you to Kevin and Megan. The folks up here at Briar Cliff. 60-60. We'll win one this year. We'll get one. The lucky duck toss with the mat at center court. The Allens say, let's go BCU, let's go green. Hello to you. Tied at 60. Briar Cliff shooting down to 46%, 21 of 45. Graceland's down a stitch from halftime as well. 27 of 48, but still at 56%. Shooting very well. 3 of 11 beyond the arc for Graceland, but 13 of 31 for Briar Cliff. Not a lot of free throws shot tonight. 5 of 6 for Briar Cliff, 3 of 7 for Graceland, so pretty even there as well. And I won't even go to the other column because I don't want to jinx it, but it's been pretty good. Self looks down to Hernandez. Back up top. Walker Jr. open for 3. No good. High rebound. Pulled in by Klein Hesselink as he'll turn and burn for Briar Cliff. Bounce pass. Ahead to Groves on the wing. Klein Hesselink over to Jackson Lamb. Lamb tries cutting through traffic. Switches direction. He sets up Groves. Open for 3 in the corner. Good. Connor Groves for 3. Groves has 8. And it's 63-60. Doc Self runs the point. Nick Hoyt will guard him as Hoyt just checked in. Walker Jr.'s cross-court pass intercepted, batted down by Lamb. He finds Connor Groves. Groves on the dribble, over to Jackson Lamb. Lamb for an NBA 3, and then some good. Jackson Lamb. 26 for Jackson. 66-60, that'll bring the crowd back to their feet. Get into a little cheer for the defense to keep going. Coleman wants to shut it down with a shot, no good. Ball bounds into the far corner, a great hustle play by Doc Self. He threw it off of Austin Ropeman. That'll keep possession for his team. Saved it in as he was falling out of bounds. So it'll be Yellow Jacket basketball with 10:26 to play. And Ramon Franklin will do the inbounding in the very far corner. Self with the catch up top. Nick Hoyt, who hit 3 first half three-pointers for the Chargers. Walker Jr. bumped into by Ropeman. That'll be his second. Ropeman trying to shut off the baseline. He'll pick up his second foul. Justin Person back in, the 5'11 junior guard from Flint, Michigan. Person has 5 in his starting role for Graceland. 66-60 your score. And nearing the midway point here of the second half. Throwing it up top to Ramon Franklin, who hands it back to Justin Person. Person, the chest high pass over to Doc Self. Self goes left baseline. Throws out top. They're going to call a block foul against Ropeman. That'll be his third. So that'll be the 6th-team foul assessed to the Chargers. And the next one will put Graceland on the free throw line for the remainder of the contest. Inbound play to Virgil Walker Jr. He bats it down and corrals it in. Really just off his fingertips, nothing big. Person with the dribble and 10 seconds on the shot clock. Person drives, tries to lose Klein Hesselink to no avail. Walker Jr. shoots over Ropeman off the front of the rim, no good. Ropeman with a rebound. Andy Geelan, the leading rebounder for the Chargers at 6 as Hoyt drives. His baseline drive is cut off. Lamb gets a screen from Ropeman, steps back, fires for 3, well off the mark, no good. Virgil Walker Jr. catches it out of the air. 26-6 for Lamb right now. 7 of 11 beyond the arc to lead Briar Cliff.
Walker Jr. looks inside, not much doing. Franklin finally creates a little space. He catches, double teamed on the block, out to Walker Jr. for three, no good. Rebounded by Ramon. Franklin in the paint. He goes back up, no good. Rebounded again by the Jackets, no good. And finally a tip back by Hernandez. We'll make it 66-62. Hoyt hands it off to Klein Hesselink, who now bounces to Austin Roteman. Roteman looks for the cutter. It's Klein Hesselink. Fed down to Roteman on the block. He takes a couple of left-handed dribbles, turns right, and is knocked off his drive, and nothing called. Travel and a turnover. One thing you have to hand Virgil Walker Jr. when he plays defense, he plays very solid stand-up defense, and the mistake he does not make is moving those feet. He's got cement boots when it's time. I'll tell you what, he's a very good defender. Person shot is well off the mark and no good, rebounded by Lamb. But as a post defender, he's done it very well a number of times and done exactly what you try to teach a low post defender is don't move your feet. Well, he listened that day, there's no doubt. Friedel cuts through, catches at the free throw line, out to Roteman. He wants a three, that's off the mark, and Walker Jr. will run it down in the far corner. 4-point Charger lead with 8:11 to go. Walker Jr. wants to go coast to coast. Well out of control, and Walker Jr. might have hurt himself as he fell to the ground as Lamb makes his way down the floor, and Doc Self will commit the foul to slow things up. Kind of a smart foul by Self. He did it way away from the basket, but knowing that it was a 5-on-4, he slows the play down. So Briar Cliff will inbound to the top with Austin Roteman. Beautiful cut inside by Hoyt, blocked away by Self and out of bounds. So a reset to the left side of the Charger basket. Klein Hesselink will do the inbounding. Hoyt comes off a screen to make the catch. He's got his dribble, he'll use it. Friedel catches up top. Hoyt cuts towards the basket, they can't find him. Roteman open for another three from the wing, no good. Rebounded by Doc Self. Self will push, work down. Njoku Ibe on the block, turns, shoots, no good. Ball goes through his hands. Klein Hesselink will gather it in the near corner and turn it up for Briar Cliff. Across the top, Friedel. Friedel starts a drive, goes left side, lays it up, no good, it comes out. Njoku Ibe with the rebound, and Person will slow the pace. 7:15 to play, in the Chargers up by 4. Virgil Walker Jr. at the left elbow. Bounce down to Franklin. Franklin double team, nowhere to go, out top for Self. 8 on the shot clock. Walker Jr. for a long three, in and out, no good. Rebound put back to Njoku Ibe, it's good, and he's got 10. Coach Figueroa wants a timeout. He'll take it. Well, they called a timeout, maybe not. I think maybe he didn't indicate he wanted a timeout. Sammy Green in for Nick Hoyt. Well, we'll just keep on playing. Both coaches with 4 timeouts. Might want to keep them. 66-64. Lamb has top of the key. Lamb backs his way in, turns, and lays it up and in with a finger roll. Nice athletic move by Jackson Lamb. He's got 28. 68-64. Coleman stops. He finds Walker Jr. on the right wing. He slides his way into the paint, stops and shoots and scores. He's got 14. 68-66. Klein Hesselink will bounce to Roteman. Roteman being hawked by Njoku Ibe. Klein Hesselink, baseline drive, almost threw it away. Green corrals it in with 14 on the Charger shot clock. Friedel cuts but lost the handle. Justin Person with a steal. Person steps into a long three and it's good. Justin Person has 8. Yellow Jackets back to a 1-point lead. 69-68, 4th three-pointer of the contest for the Yellow Jackets. Friedel stripped as he drives. Going to be a foul to Justin Person, his 3rd, team 6th. Substitutions in for Yellow Jackets are Hernandez and Gonzalez. Andy Gielen will check into the Charger lineup. He'll replace Austin Roteman. Clyde Hesselink will inbound. He's got Andy Gielen in the corner, gives it right back to him. Friedel comes off a screen, has it in the far corner for three. Good, Ethan Friedel. 71-69, a big three by Ethan Friedel. 5:25 to play. As both coaches start to micromanage each possession a little more. Person for three, off the mark. Rebound, bounced around inside. It'll go to Jackson Lamb. Want to think about it every time now, just a little more with time becoming a premium. Gielen catches at the right elbow. Sammy Green has it beyond the arc. Friedel over to Klein Hesselink. He's got an open left baseline, shoots. Ooh, they're going to call a charge against Jaden Klein Hesselink. Taken by Gonzalez. That'll be Klein Hesselink's third, team's seventh. So the Yellow Jackets will shoot from here on out. Obviously no free throws on the offensive foul. Klein Hesselink tried to contort his body around Orlando Gonzalez, but kind of hard to do that around a 6'6" guy who takes up a lot of space. 71-69, under 5 to play. Person fires to the near corner. They look for the cutter inside. They find him. It's Hernandez. He turns, shoots, and scores quickly after catching the basketball. We're tied again at 71. Lamb fakes the handoff, continues his dribble. Now spins to the right side and lays it in. Jackson Lamb. 73-71. Chargers back out top. Lamb with 30, Friedel with 20. Walker Jr. the leader for the Yellow Jackets with 14. Imani Hernandez has 13. 2-point game, three-pointer is off the mark from Ramon Franklin. They're going to call a foul to Jackson Lamb. His first of the night, the team's eighth, but that'll be 3 free throws for Franklin. So Franklin working on a 2-point night. Can add to it here. First free throw is good. He's got 3. So he's got 2 more in front of him. Franklin's second is good as well with a nice big bend to the knees. Virgil Walker Jr. back in the Graceland Yellow Jacket lineup as we're tied at 73. Austin Roteman back in. He'll replace Andy Gielen. Franklin will put a spin on the basketball, a couple of dribbles, another spin. And the third one is off the front of the rim, but he does enough to tie it at 73. Crossing the 4-minute mark here. Person runs into Lamb up top. That'll be his 4th and the team's 7th. Jackson Lamb will go to the free throw line. That'll be his 4th, like we mentioned. Free throw for Jackson Lamb is good. He's got 31, 1-point Charger lead. Les is watching in Pleasantville, Iowa. He says, go Jackets. Hi, Les. Second one good for Jackson Lamb, a terrific free throw shooter. Timeout by the Yellow Jackets. They'll have 3 after this with 4 minutes and 1 second to go in the contest. Briar Cliff shooting 26 of 55 for 47%. They're 16 of 37 from beyond the arc. That's good for 43%. Graceland still shooting 50%. 32 of 64. A lot of points in the paint for the Yellow Jackets, so 44 of their 73 points from inside. Graceland 4 of 16 beyond the arc. They're 5 of 10 at the free throw line. Briar Cliff 7 of 8. Rebounding advantage to Graceland, 37-29. Briar Cliff with 18 assists, 14 turnovers. Graceland 12 assists and 11 turnovers. The bench scoring in favor of the Yellow Jackets, 32-19. Points in the paint, 44-18 Yellow Jackets. Second chance points at 12-0 for the Yellow Jackets, and points off of turnover, 21-14 for Briar Cliff. Jackson Lamb, 32 points, 9 rebounds. He leads his team in both of those categories. Austin Roman with 5 assists. He's the leader there. Virgil Walker Jr. has 14 to lead the charge for Graceland. Nojoku Uibe has 8 rebounds. And Nick Coleman leads the Yellow Jackets with 4 assists. So it's 75-73, 4 minutes, 1 second remaining. And it's Graceland basketball. Person across the center stripe. Coleman will take over. Back to Person, right wing. Back to Coleman across the top. Coleman, little head fake as he starts a dribble. Virgil Walker Jr. for 3. Air balls, it goes out of bounds. And Briar Cliff will have it. So a chance for the Chargers to extend the lead. You can find all of Briar Cliff's home activities right here on the Charger Sports Network. Friedel for 3, no good, off the right side of the rim. Walker Jr. skies for the rebound. Walker Jr. looks to bounce inside, does so. Franklin catches, he turns, spins on Friedel, gets too far and underneath. Walker Jr. leaves it off. Hernandez up top for 3, swish. He's got 16. It's 76-75 Yellow Jackets. Green dribbles. He's going to be leaned on and fouled by Franklin. That'll be Franklin's 4th. So he's the second Yellow Jacket with 4 fouls, joining Justin Person. Virgil Walker Jr. has 3. Jaden Klein-Hesselink and Austin Rotman have 3 each for the Chargers. With 3 minutes to play, Sammy Green's free throw is good. His first point of the night, he'll get his name in the paper. And we're tied at 76. Green's second is good. 77-76. Hernandez feeds Walker Jr. Person back to Walker Jr. And a foul off the basketball will be whistled against Ethan Friedel. His 3rd, team's 9th, so that'll stop the clock with 2:53 to play. So it'll be Ramon Franklin at the free throw line. Free throw is good, it rattles home. All of 3 of his second half points are at the free throw line. He was 2 of 3 on that 3-point attempt last time down. The second one is good as well for Ramon Franklin, and he has 6. Friedel with a catch in the right wing, up top for Klein-Hesselink. Back to Rotman. Friedel thought about a 3, won't take it. He hits Rotman on the pick and roll. He spins to his left. Baby hook, no good. Off the front of the rim. Chargers come up empty, unfortunately. So it's 78-77. Yellow Jacket basketball. Three-pointer, Virgil Walker Jr., good. 81-77. Jackson Lamb to Klein-Hesselink, over to Sammy Green. Green starts a drive, lost his defender, continues towards the basket, spins into Walker Jr., and is fouled as he turned to pass it away. The foul will go to Ramon Franklin. That'll be his 5th, so he will foul out with 6 points. So Sammy Green will have free throws here. Green's first free throw is good. He'll earn one more. And he's got 3. 1:52 to play. Second one for Green is good. He hits them both. Couple of big free throws. 81-79 Graceland with 1:45 to play. So the Chargers need a nice defensive stop here. Justin Person in no hurry, down to 15 on the Graceland shot clock. Pass to Coleman. Down to Jordan Oliver, over to Virgil Walker Jr. Pass stolen away by Jackson Lamb. He's got a 2-on-2. Lamb will keep it. Step sides around his defender, blocked by Walker Jr. and a foul, unless it goes to Justin Person. It is on Person. That'll be his 5th. So he will foul out with 8 points. Jackson Lamb will go to the free throw line. (81-79) Jackson Lamb looking to tie it up at the free throw line. Lamb's free throw is good. So he'll get that ever important second one. Second one on the way is good for Jackson Lamb. He's got 34. We're tied at 81 with 1:15 to play. Doc Self will run the point from here on out for Graceland after Person just fouled out. Self with 15. Lobs it to Walker Jr. at the left elbow. Out to Jordan Oliver. Oliver looks inside at Hernandez. Those fouls become big if you have to go to overtime. Self slips, comes to a stop, has Walker Jr. for a very off-the-mark 3. It's no good, rebounded by Briar Cliff. And Coach Figueroa wants a timeout as Sammy Green dribbles right over in front of him and will call that timeout. 81-81 is your score here on the Chargers Sports Network at bcuchargers.com. Briar Cliff has committed 9 fouls. The Yellow Jackets have committed 10. So it's double bonus free throws on any foul now for Briar Cliff. And the next Charger foul will put the Yellow Jackets in the same boat. 3 timeouts each. So both coaches have got plenty to work with there. If the inbounds play is covered up, then you got plenty in your pocket, which is always huge in a situation like this. Both teams have shot the ball very well tonight. Graceland at 50% on 34 of 68. Briar Cliff 46% at 26 of 57. But it's been a tale of, it's been the exact opposite of how both teams have got to their 81 points, because the Yellow Jackets have scored 44 points in the paint, while the Chargers have hit 16 threes. Chargers are going to live out beyond the arc for most of the season. Yellow Jackets like to pound it inside. They've got a couple of huge bodies to do so. So it makes perfect sense. Jackson Lamb will inbound right next to Coach Figueroa. He's got Sammy Green, guarded by Doc Self. Green with it. 35 seconds to play. Down to 15 on the Chargers shot clock. Roteman tried to find Friedel cutting. Klein Hesseling comes off a screen, drives, lay in, good for Jaden Klein Hesseling. 2-point lead for the Cliff. The shot clock is off. Coach Hoff wants a timeout. So a very nice play by Jaden Klein Hesseling, and a timeout on the floor by the Graceland Yellow Jackets. 83-81 is your score. We'll rejoin you from the Newman Flanagan Center coming up on Friday with the Morningside College Mustangs taking on Olivet Nazarene, followed by St. Xavier
and Briar Cliff. So we'll give you the double dip both Friday and Saturday. We'll also give you football. Soccer teams will be in action over at Morningside on Saturday at Elwood Olson Stadium. But the men's soccer team, ladies play tomorrow too? Is it a doubleheader? Okay. So a senior day doubleheader tomorrow against Mount Marty here for GPAC conference play. So best of luck to the men's and women's soccer team. Got to win one more on the home pitch before they become road warriors and then head off into the Great Plains Athletic Conference tournament. 83-81, 25 seconds to play. It's Graceland basketball. And the Yellow Jackets will inbound right in front of their bench, just as Briar Cliff did on their trip down the floor. 25 seconds left. Jordan Oliver will inbound. Doc Self will catch it. Fed down to Virgil Walker Jr. He goes on Geelan, and it's knocked out of his hands on the way in with 17.2 seconds left. The foul to Geelan. So Virgil Walker Jr. will go to the line as both teams now in the double bonus. 83-81 Briar Cliff. Virgil Walker Jr. at the free throw line. Free throw is good. Virgil Walker Jr. with 18. Nojoku Ibe back into the lineup for Graceland. Austin Roteman will come back in and take the low block to try to counter that height on a potential rebound. Walker Jr. with a couple of dribbles. Free throw is no good. Pulled in by Jackson Lamb on the rebound. He's going to try to play getaway instead of keep away, but he's wrapped up and fouled. So Jackson Lamb will go to the free throw line. The foul to Doc Self, his second. 83-82. Jackson Lamb would love to extend the lead. Free throw is good for Jackson Lamb. His last 5 points have come at the free throw line. He has 35. And a timeout by Coach Hoff and Graceland. As we said, he had a couple in his pocket. Coach Figuera does as well. And these are the situations you save them for down the stretch if you can. So it'll be a full timeout. This weekend, the Charger men will travel to Bellevue, Nebraska for the Bellevue University Classic. Briar Cliff will take on the Bellevue Bruins on Friday night. They'll play Nebraska Christian on Saturday. Got to get through this one first, obviously. (84-82), Jackson Lamb will be at the free throw line coming out of this timeout. That's some serious coaching going on in both huddles. 13.6 seconds left. So the senior Jackson Lamb steps back to the free throw line. He's got a double-double, 35 points and 10 rebounds. With the season debut of the Chargers here at the Newman Flanagan Center. Free throw good for Jackson Lamb. A huge free throw. 85-82, Doc Self hustles up the floor for Graceland. He'll hand it to Coleman. Coleman covered up, over to Self. Self wants a three in the corner. Good, tie game. Kind of falling away in the corner. Doc Self with ice water in his veins ties it up. So we got a full timeout as we're tied at 55. Unbelievable shot. Well, they needed a big three and got it. .5 glorious seconds left, and that might not be enough. And I'll stay here as long as it takes because this is fun. 85 apiece. Chargers led by Lamb with 36. Virgil Walker Jr. with 18.
Nojoku Ibe with 10 points and 8 rebounds for his club. Going to come down to this. Maybe. You just never know. So the Yellow Jackets will contest full court as expected. 85's on the scoreboard with 3.5 seconds left. Jaden Klein-Hesselink will do the inbounding. Hernandez will use all of his 6'7" frame to contest it. Klein-Hesselink looks and has Green. Green with 2 seconds, lost it. A heave by Jordan Oliver at the buzzer, no good on the steal, and regulation just not enough. Let's put 5 more on the clock and keep playing, shall we? 85-85 on the way to overtime here at the Newman Flanagan Center. So after a 47-46 halftime score, Graceland outscores Briar Cliff by 1 here in the second half to tie it. So we're stoned at 85-85 with a fresh 5 on the clock. Now we have to take a look at the foul situation because it's obviously huge. Here in overtime, Justin Person and Ramon Franklin have fouled out for Graceland. But then you don't have a whole lot of trouble. Virgil Walker Jr. has 3. Nojoku Ibe has 2 and Doc Self with 2. And that's pretty much it for the fouls for the Yellow Jackets. For Briar Cliff, Austin Roteman has 3, Ethan Friedel has 3, and Jaden Klein-Hesselink has 3. So nobody has picked up, nobody still remaining with eligibility in the game has picked up that 4th foul yet. The advantage on the scoreboard when it comes to timeouts will go to Briar Cliff because they have 4-1 left for Graceland. But everybody back set and ready to go for another jump ball. Austin Roteman will jump against Virgil Walker Jr. Walker Jr. pokes it over to Jordan Oliver. We're underway here in overtime. So turn up those speakers on your computer or cell phone or however you're watching. Tied at 85 here at the Newman Flanagan Center in Sioux City, Iowa. Klein-Hesselink with the goalie-style kick save out of bounds. So Oliver will inbound the basketball. Doc Self with the catch. Self down to Virgil Walker Jr. Backing his way in on Roteman. Walker Jr. passes Self left wide open for 3 up top, and it's good. Doc Self. The last 3 of regulation, the first 3 of overtime go to Doc Self. 88-85. Green dribbles up top for BCU. Friedel wants a 3 to tie it up, and it's good. Ethan Friedel. 23 for Ethan Friedel. 88 slide up the scoreboard. So each team with an overtime possession, each team with a 3. .405 to play. Self dribbles. Oliver holds on the right wing. He looks down low to Virgil Walker Jr. Walker Jr. wants to back in. Swatted at by Klein-Hesselink. He keeps his dribble. Turns, shoots over Roteman. No good. Rebound. Pulled out of the air by Sammy Green. Green will slow it up, hitting the trailer. Jackson Lamb. It was tipped away, stolen from behind. Hernandez on the run. He'll slam it home. He poked it loose and then hustled back down the floor for the two-handed slam to make it 90-88. Friedel will catch. He'll shoot the 3. No good. Wasn't ready to receive the pass. It kind of surprised him, and then he hurried himself into a shot. 3:20 to play in overtime. 90-88. Self will back it up near the half-court stripe. Bounced over to Coleman. Down to Walker Jr. on the baseline. On the far side, he backs his way in, spins around Roteman, shoots up and over the rim, no good. Ethan Friedel with the rebound. 3-pointer off the mark. Chargers come up empty on the quick shot. Remains 90-88. Coach Corey Hoff calls a play. Wants Doc Self to catch his breath for a sec. He steps into a few dribbles. So that 5-second count isn't engaged. Got a push by Austin Ropeman. That'll slow things down. His 4th. So Virgil Walker Jr. will go to the free throw line. So far tonight at the stripe, Walker Jr. is just 1 of 2. Free throw for Virgil Walker Jr. is good. 3-point lead for Graceland. He's got 19. He and Damani Hernandez tied with the team high in scoring until that point. Walker Jr. hits both. 4-point Yellow Jacket lead, 92-88. 2.5 minutes to play. Sammy Green will run the point, but a timeout by Coach Figuera. Full timeout. 2.5 minutes to go. 92-88 Graceland. So it'll be Charger basketball when we come back. Or get back into action here. World Series game is in the bottom of the 4th inning. And it's 2-1 Houston. Astros can win it tonight. I'd rather they force a game 7 because playoff game 7s are just awesome in any sport, but that's another story for a different time because we're in overtime. 2 minutes and 30 seconds to go. And we're at 92-88, the visiting Yellow Jackets. Holding on to the lead, but the basketball belongs to the Briar Cliff Chargers. .59 of the 88 points tonight belong to Jackson Lamb and Ethan Friedel. Lamb the senior, Friedel the junior. Klein Hesselink will bring it back across the half-court stripe after the inbounds play. Friedel up top. Friedel will drive right side of the paint, lays it up no good, but he's fouled on the way in. That'll go to Jordan Oliver and be his first foul of the night. So Ethan Friedel will put a Nike on the free throw line and see what he can do. He's 2 of 2 from the stripe tonight. Make it 3 of 3 for Ethan Friedel. 24 now. 92-89 with 2:21 to play. Friedel's second is no good. Too strong off the back of the iron. Rebounded by Jordan Oliver. Doc Self steps into the front court. Green steps up to guard him. Fed down to Virgil Walker Jr. Roteman puts a body into him. Walker continues. He twirls around a few times. It goes back up top to Nick Coleman. 8 on the shot clock. Coleman will drive, throws it up over Roteman, banks it in and scores. 94-89. Klein Hesselink with it, left side of the circle, top of the key. He stops, pirouettes in the paint, pushes back out top. Green with a long 3, good! Sammy Green from deep. And it's 94-92. He had a hand in his face, he was well defended and made the shot. And a full timeout. Gotta love the early season effort by both of these teams. Really playing like it's mid-season form. Just counter-punching. Nobody able to land a knockout here at all tonight. They are jabbing at one another well. The back and forth has been highly entertaining. We hope we have entertained you at home. Heard from a lot of folks from Michigan to Florida to Texas to South Dakota and Iowa. Hello to all of you. Remember, we'll be here all season long for the Chargers right here at the Newman Flanagan Center. Double bonus for both teams. A couple of players have fouled out for Graceland. Austin Ropeman has 4 for Briar Cliff. Ethan Friedel and Jaden Klein-Hesselink have 3 each for the Chargers. 95 seconds to play, Yellow Jacket basketball. Self will jog it up with a left-handed dribble. He'll back up towards the center court stripe. As the Yellow Jackets spread the floor, Self into the corner for Virgil Walker Jr. He'll throw it back up top. Jordan Oliver catches, down to 10 on the shot clock. Oliver gets a Walker Jr. screen. Oliver drives. And they're going to call a very, very, very late block foul against Jackson Lamb. That'll be his second. Nonetheless, that'll put Jordan Oliver on the free throw line. Oliver has 9 points, but all of them came in the first half. Free throw is good for Jordan Oliver. Second free throw for Oliver is no good off the front of the rim. 95-92, 3-point game. Ball in the hands of Jackson Lamb for now. Off to Friedel, Sammy Green with it. Green back to Ethan Friedel on the right wing. Friedel guarded by Virgil Walker Jr. Backdoor cut by Lamb. He caught it and had to throw it up off balance, and it falls in. What an athletic play by Jackson Lamb. 1-point game, 95-94. 45 seconds to go. 1 timeout left for Graceland. 2 timeouts left for Coach Figuera, but it's time for the defense to shine through. Self wants to lob it down to Walker Jr., and he does so with 10 on the shot clock. He backs in big, hop into the paint, and the hook is good for Virgil Walker Jr. 97-94. Lamb wants a 3 to tie it. Top of the key, good! Jackson Lamb! 97s. And a timeout by Graceland. You want your senior leader to hit a big 3, and he did. 97-97. With 16.2 seconds left. Jackson Lamb with 41 on the night, as he swished home his 8th three-pointer of the contest. So 16.2 seconds left, and we'll see what Coach Hoff will draw up in his huddle, and we'll see how Coach Figuera decides to counter it. But Graceland out of timeouts, so some extra pressure on the inbounds play could go a long way. .2 seconds to go. It's Graceland basketball, both teams in the double bonus. Yellow Jackets out of timeouts. Briar Cliff has 2. But it's Yellow Jacket basketball right in front of their bench. So it'll be Jordan Oliver doing the inbounding. Oliver gets it into Doc Self. Self steps into a dribble, working towards the top of the key. Now he'll back out of it. Self bounces over to Nick Coleman, down to Virgil Walker Jr. with 5, with 4, with 3. Walker Jr. off balance shot at the buzzer, no good. Rebounded by the Chargers, and double overtime. Here we come. One overtime, just not enough. So we'll add 12 to the overtime for each team. And we'll see what gives from here. 41, though, for Jackson Lamb to this point. 24 for Ethan Friedel. They lead Briar Cliff. Graceland led by Virgil Walker Jr. with 22. Damani Hernandez with 18. The other double-digit scores for Graceland are Jordan Oliver with 10, Doc Self with 10, and Amaze Nojoku Ibe with 10. Nick Hoyt has 9 for Briar Cliff, Connor Groves with 8, Sammy Green with 7. Is how the scoring sits heading into this overtime number 2. Briar Cliff shooting 48% on 31 of 64. Graceland 39 of 77 at 51%. Beyond the arc, Briar Cliff 19 of 43 for 44%. Graceland 8 of 23 for 35%. Free throw line, Briar Cliff 16 of 18. Graceland 11 of 18. And just to show you how evenly matched this game is, it's even all the way down to the team fouls. Graceland's been whistled 18 times. Briar Cliff's been whistled 17 times. 22 assists for Briar Cliff, 17 for Graceland. 15 turnovers for Briar Cliff, 12 for Graceland. About as evenly matched as you can get to open up a season. 97-97 is where we're at the opening tip of double overtime. Will go to the Chargers. Sammy Green dribbles right. Friedel left open up top for 3. Good! Ethan Friedel for 3, and it's 100-97. Briar Cliff has the lead. Both teams get a timeout. Virgil Walker Jr. drives right as he fades away, banks it in as he falls on his duff and slides away from the basket. 100-99, nice play by Walker Jr. He's got 24. Friedel wants another 3 over Walker Jr., and it's good! Back-to-back threes by Ethan Friedel. Oliver had to come back and help out Doc Self on the inbounds play. Friedel has 8 threes to match Jackson Lamb. 103-99. Walker Jr. calling for it inside. It goes to Coleman for 3 up top. Good. Nick Coleman, 103-102. 3:50 to go in double overtime. Klein Hesseling to Friedel. Friedel with a head fake. He dumps it off in the paint. Through the paint to Rotman. Klein Hesseling gets it back up top with 15. Lamb wants a 3. No good off the front of the rim. Walker Jr. pulls down the rebound. 103-102. 3:30 to go. Self starts a drive out to Oliver. Oliver retreats to Hernandez. He'll hand it to Nick Coleman. Coleman backs into the center circle. Now he moves forward. And it should be an offensive foul against Coleman. And it will be just his first, but most importantly, an empty possession. So the Chargers have to take advantage. Green being guarded the full length of the floor by Self, so he'll give it up to Jackson Lamb. Lamb steps up near the three-point arc. They switch on him defensively. Lamb steps back, fires for 3. Good! Jackson Lamb for 3. 44 for Jackson Lamb. 106-102. Walker Jr. has it taken away by Lamb. Lamb will take the left side of the paint. Fouled by, no, they did not call a foul on Oliver. Ball falls off the rim, and now they call a foul on Sammy Green. I don't know how there's no foul in that. Green picks up his second foul. So walk to the other end for free throws. .243 to go in the second overtime. 106-102. Self's free throw is too strong off the left side. And Doc Self will get one more free throw. Self has 10 points on the night, but played a ton of big minutes when Justin Person fouled out. Self hits 1 of 2. He's got 11. 106-103. 2:35 to play here in double overtime. Lamb steps up. Friedel catches. Top of the key. Gets a screen from Rotman. Rotman rolls back into the paint where he tries to set up shop. Lamb cuts through traffic. Leaves it off for Rotman for a little baby hook. Big bucket by Austin Roman, 5-point Charger lead, 108-103. Self with a dribble drive. He'll bounce it down to Walker. Walker looking for an outlet up top. It's Oliver for three. It's no good. Rebounded by Hernandez cleanly. And a new shot clock. Self with a three, no good. Klein Hesselink with a rebound. And a foul on the rebound. I believe it'll go to Jordan Oliver, his second. And for those of you that may not have noticed, it's my job to point it out, not yours. But the shot clock resets to 20 this year in college basketball instead of the full. Some rule changes always come into effect that you pick up as you go. Free throw good for Jackson Lamb. And that's one of them. 109-103, 45 for Jackson Lamb. Make it 46 for Jackson Lamb. 28 points in the second half and overtimes for Jackson Lamb. It's 110-103. Coleman with a long three. Swish. 110-106. Klein Hesselink comes to a stop on the dribble. 1:45 to go in double OT. Lamb had it popped away. He gathers it back in and throws it up top. Overthrows Ethan Friedel. And it'll be a backcourt violation against Briar Cliff. So 95 seconds to go in our second overtime session. Yellow Jackets have a timeout. Briar Cliff has three. I don't know how any of these players have anything left in the gas tank because they've given their all so far and they're going to continue that, but wow, impressive performance by both teams. Walker Jr., beautiful backdoor cut to Hernandez who lays it in. Drew in the defense and kind of lulled him to sleep. 110-108. Friedel picks up his dribble. Coach Figueroa wants a timeout. Full timeout. Probably a wise one at this point. So it's 110-108. 1:11 to play. Chargers have two timeouts left. Graceland and Coach Hoff still holding on to their timeout. 218 points tonight and counting. Well, so there's that. 110-108, and both teams shooting near 50%. Graceland is at 52% on 43 of 83. These are video game stats, folks. Briar Cliff 35 of 71, they're at 49.3%. Briar Cliff 22 of 47 beyond the arc. Graceland 10 of 27. Briar Cliff 18 of 20 at the free throw line. Graceland 12 of 20 at the free throw line. Just ridiculous stats tonight. If you love basketball, heck, even if you like basketball, you're entertained by this one. Chargers with it. Klein Hesselink will go into the backcourt to get it and bring it back across the timeline. Klein Hesselink looks backdoor to Lamb. Lamb gets the defender up off his feet, then swatted away by the second man through, Hernandez. 110-108. Briar Cliff drew the play up beautifully, but a nice defensive play by Damani Hernandez. Lob down to Walker Jr. He clears everybody out, wants to go, shoots over Robin, shot up good, tied at 110. Klein Hesselink and the Chargers on the attack. Lamb wants a three. Good! Jackson Lamb! For goodness sakes, Virgil Walker Jr. was right there in his face. 49 for Lamb. 113-110 with 30 seconds to go. Coleman slipped and almost fell. Saves the possession. Timeout Graceland with 26 seconds left and 19 on the Yellow Jacket shot clock. Unbelievable. 113 to 110. I'm trying to catch my breath too. Holy cow. This is great. So it'll be Yellow Jacket possession. 49 points for Jackson Lamb tonight. Ethan Friedel with 30. They lead the Chargers. Virgil Walker Jr. has been excellent for Graceland with 26. Damani Hernandez has 20. They've been excellent for their team. Jackson Lamb tonight is shooting 15 of 23 from the field, 10 of 16 from beyond the arc, 9 of 10 at the free throw line for his 49 points. Ethan Friedel, 10 of 20, 7 of 14 beyond the arc. All right, so here we go, back to it. 26.3 seconds left in overtime number 2. 113 to 110, Briar Cliff. Nick Coleman will inbound for the Yellow Jackets. Coleman bounces into Walker Jr. They give it right back to him. 15 on the Graceland shot clock. They trail it by 3. Coleman to Walker Jr. up top. Virgil Walker Jr. back to Coleman with 8. They lob it inside to Oliver. Oliver turns, shoots, and lays it in. So it's a 1-point game as Ethan Friedel makes the catch and is fouled immediately by Doc Self, his third. 113, 112, 10 seconds to play. Ethan Friedel will go to the free throw line. He's 3 of 4 for the night. As the gym gets quiet, Friedel's free throw, good. Ethan Friedel with 31. 114, 112. Second free throw is good. Friedel hits them both, back to a 3-point lead. Self will be picked up by Sammy Green. Green will foul Self in the backcourt. Green's third, so Doc Self will go to the free throw line. With 6.4 seconds to play. Doc Self with 11 points tonight. Free throw is no good, in and out. He flipped it up, and boy, I thought it was in, but it rotated right back out of the cylinder. So Self set to shoot with 6.4. He missed it, but he did not hit the rim. So that'll be Charger basketball. Full court pressure by the Yellow Jackets. Briar Cliff does have 2 timeouts. Sammy Green will inbound. Friedel and Lamb in the backcourt. Klein Hesselink back as well. Green will look. He gets it into Klein Hesselink. Klein Hesselink will turn. He tries to get away and elude the defender, but Hernandez with a foul will be his first. And Klein Hesselink will walk to the other end with 4.1 seconds left and a 3-point Briar Cliff lead. So Jaden Klein Hesselink might be able to put this one away. Klein Hesselink's free throw is in and out, no good. 4.1 seconds to play and a 3-point Charger lead. Gotta have this one. Klein Hesselink's second free throw is good. 5 points for Jaden Klein Hesselink, none bigger than that. Coleman's 3 at the buzzer is off the mark, and the Chargers are gonna win it. In double overtime, Briar Cliff 116. Graceland 112. The Chargers are now 1-0 on the season. Graceland falls to 0-2 on the campaign, but a terrific effort by both of these teams. It took 2 overtimes, and Briar Cliff holds on. 116 to 112. Boy, I got a lot of math to do to make this right. We'll get it all for you.
So we'll run down the scoring here in the One-Eyed Jacks postgame report each and every game day here on campus at Briar Cliff. Take your game ticket over to One-Eyed Jacks and enjoy half-price appetizers after watching your Chargers compete, be it basketball, soccer, volleyball, whatever it may be. But take your game ticket over to One-Eyed Jacks and enjoy half-price appetizers. Getting the scoring all together for you here, because, well, there's a ton of it. 116-112, the final score. Chargers improved to 1-0 with a incredibly hard-fought win on the shoulders of Jackson Lamb and Ethan Friedel, who combined for 81 of the 116 Briar Cliff points. Here's the scoring. Jackson Lamb with 49, Ethan Friedel with 32. Chargers got 9 from Nick Hoyt, 8 from Connor Groves, 7 from Sammy Green, 5 from Jaden Klein Hesselink, 4 from Austin Roteman, and 2 from Cody Hicks. For the Yellow Jackets of Graceland, they were led by Virgil Walker Jr. with 26. Damani Hernandez finished with 20. Nick Coleman with 13. Jordan Oliver with 12. Doc Self with 11. Amanze Nojoku Ibe with 10. Justin Person with 8. Ramon Franklin with 6. And Orlando Gonzalez with 6. Team shooting on the night. Briar Cliff, 36 of 73 for 49%. They were 23 of 48 beyond the arc and 21 of 24 at the free throw line. Graceland shoots 52% from the night. 45 of 86. There were 10 of 28 from beyond the arc and 12 of 21 at the free throw line. Graceland out-rebounds Briar Cliff 49 to 37. 14 offensive rebounds for the Yellow Jackets. Just 2 offensive rebounds for Briar Cliff. 26 assists, 16 turnovers for the Chargers. They were credited with 8 steals. Graceland 21 assists, 14 turnovers. They were credited with 9 steals. Bench scoring 49-26 for Graceland. Points in the paint 58-24 for Graceland. Second chance points at 12-0 for the Yellow Jackets. Points off of turnover for the Chargers 27-18. Jackson Lamb with a double-double, 49 points and 11 rebounds. He leads the Cliff in both of those categories. Sammy Green led the way with 9 assists. Virgil Walker Jr., 26 points, 9 rebounds. He leads the Jackets in both of those categories. And Nick Coleman finished with 6 assists to lead his team there. So the final score here from the Newman Flanagan Center. Briar Cliff, 116. Graceland, 112. Chargers are back at it this weekend. They'll take on Bellevue on Friday night, Nebraska Christian on Saturday. I'll be back on Friday with some more basketball for you. Starting at 5:30 here from the Newman Flanagan Center, we'll have Olivet Nazarene and Coach Lauren Glenn, 24th ranked team in the country, against number 19 Morningside, who will be making their season debut, I believe, and Coach Jamie Sale. Then we'll have St. Xavier, the number 17 team in the country. They'll be in to take on Coach Power and the Chargers at 7:30. We'll have women's basketball for you again on Saturday. We'll have football for you on Saturday with Northwestern and Briar Cliff over at Memorial Field. 1 o'clock kickoff there. Senior day here on campus tomorrow for the Chargers soccer teams. Mount Marty will be in town. And boy, just a lot of fun stuff. Stay tuned to bcuchargers.com for everything you need for all of the athletic teams here at Briar Cliff. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight. It's been a lot of fun. I appreciate all of you that sent us some messages on the YouTube chat. We're going to do that all season long as we've done in football. We're going to continue it here in basketball because it's been an absolute blast. So wherever you are listening tonight, be it Iowa, Nebraska, South Dakota, Minnesota, Florida, Michigan, Texas, Arizona, thank you for joining us here tonight. It's been a lot of fun. Your final score from the Newman Flanagan Center in Sioux City, Iowa. Briar Cliff, 116. Graceland, 112 in double overtime. Good night, everybody, from the Newman Flanagan Center at bcuchargers.com and the Charger Sports Network.